Well, there's record labels around Lansing, the Bermuda Mohawk stuff, and there's bands and there's good stuff out there, but I don't know that whole happenstance could ever happen again, simply because of the internet, and the internet kind of it's great for shameless self-promotion, but it's not so great for kind of keeping a scene and letting it kind of fester and come to fruition. I mean, that is the bad part of the internet. A band might be hip and cool, and suddenly the whole world knows about them, and they're passé in 24 hours is the way I kind of look at it. But back then, the whole thing was just it was allowed to happen, kind of unfettered by outside influences, and that in that respect, that whole hardcore thing can never happen again. I'm not going to say there ain't great music out there and people, plying the waters, but yeah, I mean, it took a lot of once again, the old man in me says it took a lot of work, a lot of letter writing, seeking people out, driving across the country, blood, sweat, and tears to do a magazine and to do a band back then. It was a huge leap of faith for bands like to get in a van and drive across country with virtually no promotion, a few flyers on telephone poles and writing letters, and somehow people found out. I mean, Black Flag playing at Club Doobie for us was just like the crucible of whatever the word is. It was just like, it was just, we couldn't believe it. We were pinching ourselves that they came to Hazlitt, Michigan, and it was just like magic. Only way to describe it. It all started with the fan worship, like a band that I really liked and really wanted. And it was a lot of these were mail interviews, not even in person. And a lot of them were lacking in content. They're just like people trying to be funny. Of course, Ian MacKay's was never lacking in content, but everybody was trying to be glib and witty, and sometimes it didn't work. But yeah, I think it definitely changed and morphed. And it just, when I stopped doing the zine, it just felt like the end. I don't know how to describe it. It was like 1983, and I think most people would say that the hardcore kind of 84, 85 was the end of that first kind of generation of American hardcore. But to me, 83 kind of felt like the end, and it was just time to fold up and put a fork in it, as they say. And yeah, we started off really heavy on the UK stuff. And then when we really hit our stride, we were almost exclusively, well, we still reviewed UK and all over the world. We would get random stuff, like this band in Japan called Friction would send us their records, and it was this sort of grating, like white noise kind of, and all sung in Japanese, and we probably gave Friction more press than anywhere in the world. And so like I say, yeah, we did get some outside, and we got unsolicited artwork. Like the Farrah picture that you may have seen, and the Brooke Shields, and I probably shouldn't say anymore, but that was pre-Photoshop too. What those magicians did, but yeah, we got a lot of unsolicited stuff now that I think about it, and bands that wanted, and that was the beauty. We traded records, and I traded records with D. Boone from the Minutemen, and I traded records with just all these people that I met, that there was just like this, even though we were spread out all across the country, it was sort of this, just little pockets of hardcore. We all just sort of, there was this mutual respect, and we traded, and I tell a story in the book about the famous Teen Idols. Discord sent us the Teen Idols 7-inch, and it was in like 17 pieces when it got to us, because they had just tossed it in an envelope. Well, we taped it back together and still played it, and decided that it was a great record. And we're like, can we please have another copy, because the first one got destroyed in the mail, and they were blown away that we paid attention to them. Well, to us, it was like DC hardcore. We were in awe of them, they were in awe of us. It was a marriage made in heaven. So there's a heavy DC hardcore bent, obviously, so much that I moved there. pick up a copy of the book, the Touch and Go book, the brick, as I call it, the brick of punk rock knowledge, 500 and some odd pages. We will be having a signing at Flat Black and Circular on Saturday, July 31st at 1 p.m. That's the same day as our big show at St. Andrews Hall, with Violent Apathy, Hellmouth, Sorson. Sorson spelled backwards is Necros, but you didn't hear that from me. All the original members, save for one. And Tesco Vee's Hate Police and Negative Approach. It's going to be the show of the summer. And like I said, I'll be at FBC at 1 o'clock, probably 1 to 3, signing copies of the books and glad handing all the punters who would like to come down and check it out.